Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel for another 1/12 scale figure unboxing and review video. And today we are going to look at this Mafex number 185, the Amazing Spider-Man. This is the classic costume version, which I think they are using the same mold as the previous comic book Spider-Man, such as the original 0.75, Ben Reilly, and the black costume Spider-Man. I think they are using the same mold here and only changing the color scheme on this figure. So I got this figure from amyami.com. You can check the link down below in my video description, so you can refer that link and go to the website and check it out if this figure is still available or not. And without further ado, let's take a look at the box art design first before we do the unboxing process, shall we? So guys, this is the new redesigned box art for Mafex figures, and as you can see, it's a bit more slimmer than the older one. And if I may show you the older version of Mafex boxes design, because you can see that it's a bit more wider than the new version. It takes, I think, more than half. Can see that, more than half in terms of sizing. And then at the side we can see the new one has a little bit more depth to it. It's a little bit thicker, as you can see that. And yeah, I don't know if Mafex will continue with this kind of sizing, but if they do, it will be a very collector friendly boxes, and I just love it. And back to the design itself, I think the box art looks amazing with a clear type of box. We can see all the figures inside with the accessories, and then at the side here we have the artwork for the Spider-Man detailed 6-inch 185 Mafex, the number sequence of this figure. And then at the bottom here we have the character's name, figure itself with the Marvel, Mafex, and Medicom logo over there. And then at the side we have another promotional image for this figure, very nice, with a Spider-Man pop art over there. And then at the back we have the promotional image and the accessories that we have for this figure. At the bottom there we have those Medicom addresses and websites. And at the side again we have the Mafex figure over there, very nice. And up top we have the Amazing Spider-Man title with the pop art Spider-Man character over there. And at the bottom here we have those unreadable legalese, Medicom toy official authenticity sticker, warning, hazard, ages 15 and up, and barcodes. So without further ado, let's unbox this figure. So this is the figure, looking very nice. There is no missing part or anything like that. Seems to be pretty good, I think. And we have a few, we have two types of tray over here, and one holding the figure itself and the accessories, interchangeable hands and whatnot. And then we have the for the web lines over here, which I will review it later in the video. And we have this certificate of genuine product, so this means that this figure is very much authentic. So yeah, so let's open this up and see for yourself how does this figure look like. And yeah, oh, very nice. As you can see that I love the blue, I love the tone color of it. So for the overall view, let's stand this figure on the rotating turntable, shall we? Okay guys, so this is an overview of the figure, and you can see that I stand him up with a neutral position there, so you guys can see all the proportion and the details from distance. And before we go further into the review, I just wanted to inform you guys that I do not own any of the previous Mafex comic book Spider-Man version, not even the 0.75 Ben Reilly version and the black suit Spider-Man. So I do watch some reviews from others, and I do know roughly on the pros and cons that they have, but for this review I will be commenting solely based on this one, because this is my first comic book Spider-Man. And if there's any discrepancies on my statement, just correct me in the comment section below, right? So let's take a look at this figure detail, shall we? So guys, this is the figure up close and personal, and as you can see that the color scheme for this figure is very well done. I love the bright color for this scheme. the light blue makes this figure a bit more brighter, lighter, bit more joyful, if you may. And I think it does have those contrasts between the blue and the red, so it really, you know, takes back all the retro and classic look to this figure. I'm pretty much liking it even more. As you can see at the head over here, there is some smudge. You can see that there's some of uneven painted wash over there. I don't know if that is intentionally done or not, but it does look a bit more darker on the forehead over here. And then the eyes, you have just a bit smudge on the white area here. At the back here, there's nothing much. We have some sort of a darker color of the red at his back, and as you can see that the web line looks okay, although there's some miss out. You can see that miss out line over here doesn't, you know, actually paint it correctly, and the web line even lost at his hands over here, as you can see that. And we have some blue over there, so the paint application is not the best, but you can see that they really try to, you know, make it perfect. And so far for my unit over here, looks pretty neat. Doesn't have those, you know, a serious smudge on the paint application there, so really nice. You can see that at the bottom here we don't have anything, just a plain surface over there. And even the body, the muscle definition here looks nice. It doesn't have any wash or depth to it, so yeah, it's rather clean than the 0.75 version, if I'm not mistaken. And as you can see that there's even you know, different kind of a red color over there. As you can see, this shoulder over here and this area has a little bit more different in terms of the red color. And yeah, overall I think it's nice. And basically, if you see the logo over here, it is painted very well indeed, not like I've seen on the other reviews where it's totally messed out on the logo over here, but this time around it looks pretty neat. And yeah, at the back the logo seems pretty well colored, well painted. I think there is not much I can say about this suit. It's basically red and blue. That is all the colors that he has basically, right? So let's move on into the articulation, shall we? So for the articulation, as you can see that what I expect from Spider-Man figure is to have more dynamic pose and yeah, more range in the articulation. So let's see if this figure, you know, reach that expectation. From the top here we can see that Spider-Man can look down that far, looking up and that far, and then tilt left to right, really nice, looking left and right. It does have a ball joint in the upper neck and the lower neck, so you can utilize that to get more range and posability. Alright, and then at the torso area over here we can see that it has a, you know, upper ball joint over there, so you can actually rotate that and then doing this to get more range. And then at the waist here we have those ball joint as well, so you can actually utilize that to move a little bit more further, and then bending over till that extent and then leaning back till that extent, so really far, really nice. I love it, although there's a gap over there, but it's not a big gap, it's just a small gap. So let's see if the back, yeah, the back also has a small gap, so really no issue there in my opinion. And then for the arm over here we can see the cut is really deep to his really near to his neck over here. So basically what they want to do is to get more range to get that kind of position over there. So really nice. See that the butterfly joints really working very well, really nice. Straight his hands to his thigh over here, really nice. Bring his hands up to that extent. Wow, really nice range actually. It does have some rotation at this shoulder over here, 360 rotation. Bicep swivel over there. We have double jointed elbow past 90, and then rotation at the hands over here. Hinge, can we get a hinge? Mine's a little bit more, I'm gonna be careful on this one. Yes, it does have some range. Mine is much more tight on the hinge area. For the lower section over here, you can see that it has those dumbbell joint connection that is tied over here. So we have a drop down method over there, and we have those swivel that is upper tie, and he can do the split to that extent. And then when we drop it, we can actually kick the leg forward to that extent. He has those double jointed knee. We have those ankle pivot over here going on. We have hinge at the ankle as well, and hinge at the toe area. So really nice. I love the range for this figure. He really have some dynamic range on the articulation, and I think it's pretty easy for us to, you know, manipulate and create some of those dynamic poses with no issue, I think. And I will show you more of these poses at the end of the review, and yeah, just stay tuned. For now, let's take a look at his accessories that he comes with. Alright, so for the first accessories, a tray, we have those open palm hands over here. As you can see, that really nice. This is an open palm hands. This is a relaxed hands over there, as you can see that. And then we have this webbing hands, really nice. And then we have this holding the web lines. As you can see that there's a hole there, so you can insert the web lines into the hole. And then we have these open palm hands with a magnetic feature over there, as well as the foot as well. It has some magnetic 2 numbers for each side of these boots. And then we have the interchangeable head sculpt over here, which having that little bit more smaller eyes. And for the other tray, we have these very long web lines over here, and it is equipped with this anarchalic type of holding the web line over here. As you can see that you can actually insert it at this area over here, and if you have this acrylic thread stand, you can actually use that as well, like that. Alright, and then we have 2 pairs of a shorter web line. You can see that shorter web lines, and we have a longer one as well, 2 numbers of it. You can see that, and you can actually do this, pull this web hands over here, and this is for the left hand, so you can actually pull this out and insert it like this, and then you can just close it like that, pull that in. So that is how it works, right? So really nice. And then we have this very straight web line with a slightly perpendicular angle over here. I think this is meant for this type of hands over here that has the holes. So let's try it. You can do with any direction that you want it to do. Alright, so that's about that. And for the head sculpt, let's see. This one I haven't covered it yet. It has a ball joint on his neck over here, and as you can see, it's a little bit tilt up, so you can get more range when, you know, looking up. So this is just to show you how it looks with the alternate head sculpt, like that. So yeah, so really nice, but I think I will prefer this one as my main option over here. So yeah, let's pull that back in. Yep. So moving forward, this is the scale comparison, and I will compare him with my other action figure toy line. And first of all, we have this retro cut Marvel Legends Spider-Man 2099 and Toy Biz Black Suit Spider-Man. And as you can see, the Black Suit Spider-Man is pretty much not in scale with this Mafex, definitely outdated. It's not in trend with this current kind of action figures, so I think we will not be, you know, mix this line together. For the Marvel Legends 2099 Spider-Man, I think this looks pretty much better, looks pretty much compatible, and I think you can mix this both figure. Next up is this SH Figure Arts Mark 85 Battle Damage Iron Man, and we have the homemade suit Spider-Man. And I think if you want to do some sort of totally mixed genre, you can do as well. Looks compatible to me. It looks really nice together in terms of the scale. Spider-Man might be shorter because this is a teenager's version, whether this Mafex version I think is meant for an adult Spider-Man. And next up we have the same line, comic book Mafex line, which is the Tiger Stripe Wolverine and the DC Comics Superman Rebirth. And I think both of these showcase the shorter version of a Mafex and a taller version of Mafex figure. So as you can see, you can compare him on that note and on that scale. And as for the next one is we have the larger version of Marvel Legend, which is the X-Men Colossus, and we have the female type of Marvel Legend, which is the Jean Grey from X-Men as well. And as you can see, I think this works well. I think it looks compatible. I think you can mix this Marvel Legends and Mafex together with the comic book version, and yeah, I think it looks pretty nice to me, in my opinion. So guys, based on the assessment that I've did throughout the video in this review, I just want to tell you guys on my grabs on this figure. And the first one is, I think with the same or more or less price point with the previous version of Mafex comic book version, we did not get any alternate Peter Parker head sculpt. So that is very unfortunate, especially for me, for the one that getting this figure for the first time. And I think that would be a nice addition to this accessories. But now I think I have to search a 075 Spider-Man, the original one, the first release or the reissue release, to get the Peter Parker head sculpt. Other than that, I think this figure excels in every other department, especially for the articulation. Mine came in with a very steady joint. There is no loose joint or anything like that. He has a lot of range of movement. We can do a lot of dynamic poses, so really fun to have this guy displayed. And I think for the color scheme, I love the blue that they picked for this figure. The color scheme looks very nice. It really callbacks to the retro kind of classic Spider-Man that I grew up with, and really nice. Although there's a smudge here and there with the paint application, but I think that is just a minor gripes of mine, still acceptable for me. And for the accessories, I think although we do not have the alternate Peter Parker head sculpt, it is still adequate and sufficient in my opinion, and we have all those necessary accessories that he comes with. And I don't know how to recommend this figure to you guys. If you are a Spider-Man collector or just a big Spider-Man fan, I think you should get this figure, definitely. It's going to be great in your collection. And if you are still on the fence whether this one or the 705 version, I think it depends on your preference. At the end, if you like more modern version of Spider-Man, then you have to get those 075. If you like the retro and classic kind of version of Spider-Man, you can get this one, but this one doesn't have the alternate head sculpt, so for the Peter Parker I mean, so you have to get those 075 if you want to get those Peter Parker head sculpt. So guys, I think that is the end of my review. Hope you like it. If you have any opinion, just comment down below in the comment section, and do click the like button if you liked the video. And if you wanted to support me, just subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click the bell notification button so you will not miss any of my video when it comes live. Thank you again for watching. Until we meet again in my next video. Sayonara.